Welcome to the Global Land Tool Network GLTN, a network of over 70 international partners promoting land governance. This video captures some of the key interventions of GLTN in Kenya. In Mashimoni, a teeming congested slum in Kenya's capital, Nairobi. Its origin goes back to 1983 when the first 300 squatters were resettled here. The population is now approximately 3,500 living on this land that belongs to Kenya's Ministry of Defense. Basic services and amenities are hard to come by. Mashimoni represents one of the community slums in Kenya's capital Nairobi that has been targeted by the Global Land Tool Network, GLTN. GLTN offers solutions for citizens and governments to implement the GLTN land tool. GLTN is a consortium comprised of several stakeholders, among them government and non-stakeholders, who teamed up to develop and pilot a number of pro-poor land tools to ensure security of tenure among poor and disadvantaged communities.
Basically, the dream started in the 1990s during the change in South Africa, where we were challenged to find new ways of making sure that everybody had security of tenure. And many of us started thinking about the idea in the 90s, and a lot of the GLTN agenda was developed then. What was really interesting is many big partners like the World Bank and Swedish Aid recognized that we didn't have the answers, and they said, right, we'll support, we'll become part of the coalition, and we will go forward with you on this, put money in. And so the coalition got bigger and bigger and bigger over time.
I think this is the way things have to go. The world we're now in, the GLTN was ahead of its time because it's bringing all these different groups together that don't normally talk to each other. So it's bringing the kind of partnership strategy together that's been very exciting.
In Kenya, like elsewhere, the tools that have been implemented include the social tenure domain model, participatory enumerations, and gender evaluation criteria, among others. GLTN does this through partnerships and collaborations with key stakeholders to ensure land rights and access among the poor and disadvantaged communities.
The gender evaluation criteria is the first tool of GLTN that's exited the Secretariat. We actually had an exit plan, and now it's taken on by partners themselves.
So with the help of Pamoja Trust, some residents here grouped themselves into a local pressure group, Muungano, to press for ownership of the land and for better services and welfare.
This SDDM has given us a good security because everybody has been put in the computer, so that nobody can come from outside and then come to claim that he also belongs to this settlement.
When the STDM come and the issue of enumeration and the collection of data, we were able to enter into the homes. People were hiding their disabled children in the homes.
Through the introduction of social tenure domain model and participatory enumerations, the residents have formed partnerships and tried to engage with the central and local governments to attain security of tenure. Residents have, as a result, been empowered to demand for information on their rights to this land. Pamoja Trust helped to enumerate the population here, as well as the number of existing structures.
There's a very goodwill and strong commitment by the county government to improve the situation of squatters, especially in the settlements across the county.
Pamoja Trust has also been able to lobby for safe water kiosks to be installed in Mashimoni. Since then, local authorities have begun to lay pipes with the view to bringing piped water to the area's residents. It helped to map and enumerate the needs and challenges faced by the area's residents. Organizations like Pamoja Trust and UN Habitat, supported by GLTN, have been working with the residents to sensitize them of their rights and how to gain legal rights to the property since 2005.
Land, that's the means of production for many societies, but it's also where you live, it's where you travel on. Land is the basic thing that when our planners are planning, they plan on land.
Before these organizations intervened, eviction and destruction of property was commonplace.
Lakini tunashukuru sana Mmoja Trust vile ilivyotufanyia. Mmoja Trust ilivyokuja hapa tukaelezea shida zetu na wakatushika mkono, tukapata maendeleo hali ya juu. Jambo la kwanza ni kuandikisha wanakijiji wa area hii, na kila mtu aliona sehemu yake ambayo anaishi. Tuishukuru sana Pamoja Trust ikatupangilia mpangilio wa kupata namba.
In Bulo, an 86.4-acre slum located in Kisauni sub-county, Kazandani ward of Nyali constituency, Mombasa district. The community living here has occupied the area since time immemorial.
The current scenario status report as it is quite impressive, because we've been able to come in strongly and make decisions in terms of what we need to do for them. The structure has been a brilliant success story, because it has allowed our people to understand where to go in case of a problem.
So we are here and we are appealing to the county government and anybody willing to assist us, especially Pamoja Trust and UN Habitat, who have come up with proper guidelines and ways on how we will be able to achieve our rights.
In Mmoja village in Mombasa, Kenya, a village of 2,554 families squeezed on a 10.2-hectare piece of land. Mmoja is typical of the communities in Kenya that GLTN interventions have helped attain security of tenure on the land they live in. The enumeration revealed two key problems faced by the residents. One was security of tenure and lack of access to social services. It also revealed that out of the 32 sources of fresh water in the enclave, only 2 had water for the families that reside there.
Due to the relationship the workers of Pamoja Trust had with the county officials, government officials, they started connecting those officials with us. So we started working together until we started solving the problem of fresh water.
Today, through GLTN intervention working with Pamoja Trust and county government in Mombasa, we now have water, electricity, access roads, toilets, schools, and small-scale business boom.
The tool has also given us accessibility of water, so we can see that the county government is supporting us now in connecting water. But before we did the STDM, we could not have negotiated with them because they couldn't even recognize that there was such a settlement called like Mashimoni.
Indeed, GLTN and other partners in this endeavor are showing the way and guiding the people of Mmoja and Bulo in Mombasa and Mashimoni about the possibilities of owning the land they are now currently squatting on.